We're going to take a look at creating terrain models from our ponds. One of the things we'd need to do is create a terrain model so that we could get contours, volumes, stuff like that. So we're going to look at the terrain model tools that would be used to do that work. Um, Mainly we would be using create from elements, possibly also create complex terrain model if we want to merge that pond surface into our existing surface or our site surface. But we also obviously provide tools to create surfaces or terrain models from point clouds, ASCII files, create it from other file types like a DTM or a TIN file. We have tools in the task menu under terrain models to edit or add elements, remove elements, change the feature type. We got some analysis tools to analyze a pond on the surface, analyze trace slope. So first thing we need to do is create our surface or a terrain model. So I'm going to use the create from elements. I'm going to give it a feature definition called design contours, name SWM Pond. I'm going to start locating the elements that I want to put in it. So I'm going to locate those. I'm in the 3D view doing that. So I'm going to select those. And I continually just select them until I've gotten all the ones I want. When I'm done, I reset or right click, and then I choose the feature type, and I choose the triangle length or the edge method, in my case maximum triangle length, and then I choose that side length. And it will create the terrain model. Now I can see maybe I want to edit something here. A simple edit might be just changing the feature type. I inserted everything as a break line, but maybe I want to make those outer elements. I want to make those boundaries. So I'll use this select or change feature type, locate the terrain that I want to use. So I can locate that terrain. Easiest way is to just select an element that's part of it. Locate the feature. Oops, sorry. I want to locate the feature first. So we'll select the tool, locate terrain linear feature. That would be this one and this one. And so we're just going to pay attention to this little interior angle here. Reset when I'm done, make those boundaries, and you can see it cleans up the boundary there to follow those features. So that's one edit. Again, if I create other elements and I need to come back and add those to the surface, I can add feature there. If I want to make this part of I want to merge it into a new surface, I could do that. I could create complex terrain model. So when I create complex terrain model, it gives me a list of the terrain models that are currently in the file or seen. My existing contours is one terrain, and then I got my pond. So I'm going to add my existing contours over there as the primary surface, and then my stormwater management pond, I'm going to merge that. That's the action I want to take. I'm going to merge that in with it. So select that. And if I wanted to give it a feature definition, I can. So I'll go over here under design contours, call this merged, and finish. So you can see that it basically merges, and it might help if I turn some levels off, but it merges the pond into a new surface with the existing. So the contours follow and come and move around. So that's a way to create complex terrain models. And then of course under my Project Explorer, if I look, I've got my merged surfaces and my stormwater management surface. And if I want to edit one, I can edit complex terrain model. That'll bring back up the complex terrain model dialog. I can add other surfaces into it if I need to. If we want to take a look at analyze volumes, for example, we can say I want to look at the volume method terrain model to terrain model, or maybe terrain model to plane. So I can say, well, let's see how much cut and fill is here. I'm going to say terrain model to terrain model. I'm going to use my existing terrain model, and I'm going to go to my stormwater management pond surface. So it's going to start at existing, go to stormwater management pond, give it a cut fill factor. Uh, no boundary in this case, to only constrict the volume within a certain area. Save result, yes, and then it'll put the result on my cursor. So I can zoom in and see that based on my terrain from existing to stormwater management pond, I've got in my active working units, I've got this much cut and that much fill.